Hello guys, in this video I'm going to be teaching you how to create a Yoruba cap for your character in Style3D, so that at the end of this video you will have learned how to create Yoruba cap like this in Style3D. So let's get into it. First of all, I will make sure that every hair on the avatar's head is deleted. Like for instance, there's a low cut hair right here. It might not be obvious, but you have to select it right there and press delete on your keyboard, get rid of it. The reason is because if you retain the hair on that head, it's going to interrupt the simulation of the cap on the head. So you want to retain it. And of course, you are making a cap, it's going to cover the head. So there's no point retaining the hair. Though I'm not going to be using any specific measurements in this video, but I'm aware that a standard measurement for a man's head is 22. So I press S on my keyboard, or I come here to select my rectangle pattern tool, and then just left click somewhere around here, and I'm able to insert the measurement I wish. So the width is going to be 22, and I'll keep the height as 5 inches, or as you please. So the next thing to do right now is to duplicate this. So I press key on my keyboard, select this, and then press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, and then you have a duplicate right here. The next thing to do is to look for a way to bring my pattern to this point. But the thing is that I might not get it precisely. So what I want to make use of is to make use of my arrangement tool. So which is A. If I press A on my keyboard, you see this arrangement point comes up, and then I'm going to select this one and place it around here. You can see that it just curves on the hair like that. I think I should also do the same thing with the second one as well. Right. So I have something like this. So I press A again to get rid of the arrangement point. Right. Very good. So for me, I think that 5 inches height is too much. Then I'm going to reduce it. Press Z on my keyboard and reduce it by one inch. I'll do the same thing with this guy as well. Then I put one like that. So we have 4 inch right there. All right. So I press key on my keyboard again to arrange this kindly. Now the next thing I want to do is to create an offset right here. I press Z on my keyboard to have my edit pattern tool. Then I right click on it, and then I'll look for add internal ISO line. Then when this comes up, I'm going to put 0.25 there. Yeah, so I think that offset is great. Then I do OK. So you see the essence of that offset right now. All right, so after that, I'm going to sew this particular pattern to this particular pattern, but I'm not going to sew it from this edge to this edge. I'm going to sew it from this edge right here to the line that I have set, right, so that we can have this inside. So I press N on my keyboard for the segment sewing tool. Then I select this edge, and then I select this my offset right here, and then you can see that it is sewn. Before I press simulate on my keyboard, I will have to also sew this edge to this edge as well, and also this edge to this edge as well. Now, so to make sure that this pattern right here is superimposed on this one, so I will want to turn on the layer. So I select this pattern right here, and then I come to the property editor here, and I change the layer here to what? To 1. So I can change this to 1, and then I press enter. So that's to tell me that okay, this will be on top while this will be inside. Right, very good. So now we are good. I might decide to adjust this, give this a little bit of adjustments, and then boom, simulate. I'll press simulate right now. Yeah. So we have to adjust to fit the cap edge. Yeah. So this is great, right? This is great. So I press key on my keyboard. I select the two pattern, and then I press Ctrl H on my keyboard to have it strengthened. Yeah, and you see that what I really want to achieve is achieved. So I have this pattern right here inside like this. Very good. So okay, the next thing to do right now is to achieve the cover right here, and then you can get that with your ellipse pattern tool. Press E on your keyboard, right? And left click on any empty space, and then this menu is going to open to you. We have width and height. That width and height implies the diameter. You can see this. If this is the height, this indicates that okay, it's dividing the circle into two, which is the diameter. Even on this horizontally as well, we have it is still the diameter, right? So that is, so you have to measure the diameter of the circumference. And don't mind you, don't forget that the length of our cap right here, from this to this place is 22, which means that the circumference is going to be 22. You have to find the diameter of a circle whose circumference is 22. So if you are not good with calculations like that, you can quickly ask ChatGPT, like I did right here. Uh, Say what's the diameter of a circle whose parameter is 22 inches, and then you can see that the result is 7 inches. And then I will insert here 7 inches. It's automatically adjusted right here as well. So I hit OK. Now we have our cover, but it's far in the sky. You have to bring it down like so. Press K on your keyboard, and then yeah, you want to bring it down at least a little bit like that, right? So next thing to do is to sew, and then in this case we are using M sewing, to activate our free sewing tool. M on your keyboard. So I click here over my mouse to the other end like so, and then I select this other portion and then like so, and then you can see that we have that sewing perfectly done on our 3D viewport. All right, so I just do a little bit of placing, uh, uh like so. Yeah, like so. Then I can hit space bar on my keyboard for the simulation. Very good. So as you can see that we have the cap done. All right, so something usually happen by the time I would like to achieve the bend to this right or to the left for my cap. It's going to affect the movement or the position of the base right here. So what do I do? I'm going to pin it down. So I get my pin fix bot, just left click on this and hold it a little bit, then the other option is going to come up. Then select the pin, fix pin. Then I'm going to slightly box pin like that, and then add pin to this place so that this is pinned down, and no matter what is happening, you can see that it is pinned to the air like that. So I think you get that. So the next thing to do right now is to create an offset of this line. So I will right click on this and then select add internal ISO line. All right. I also keep it at 0.25. I'm going to be showing you briefly the reason for this offset. And then I want to press OK. But the thing is, I would like to divide this line into two right here. And then how do I do that? I right click again and click on change length, right? Then I want to divide it to two. The original length is 22. Then I will keep it at 11, right? But in this case, I will have it at the end, so that I will have the line retained on from here to this portion, right? So I click OK on my keyboard. So now I have the line just right here. So why do I have to create this offset and this division? So that I can be able to use this internal line right here to fold the cap. All right. Then, well, before I do the simulation, let me quickly show you this. So if I select this line right here, you can see that there are properties of that line, and then we have folding. So you can use this internal line to actually fold a fabric or a pattern. Then if I increase this to say 360, if I press simulate like so, you're going to see the behavior. You can see that there's a kind of behavior right there. Now I have to press Q on my keyboard, select all this cap and press Ctrl H to unstrengthen it, right? Then I would press play on my keyboard so that I can do this. Are you seeing that right now? So I can create that bending. So you just go ahead and adjust with your mouse. Just go ahead and adjust like that by clicking while the simulation is still on, like so. Yeah. Yeah. So, and that's basically it, how to create a cap. And don't forget to return this base back to zero. So click there and I return it back to zero and press enter. Right. And then, as you can see, you have your cap nicely done. And if you like, you can decide to delete this pin or you just hide it. But as for me, whenever I'm sure that I don't have to do any simulation again, I just get rid of it like that, right? So this is how to create your cap. So in this video, I've shown you how to create the base, and then this second layer. Then we have this cover that we achieved with our ellipse tool. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching and see you on the next one.